Good afternoon and welcome to St. Teresa Academy, where tonight is the Stars of St. Teresa Academy going up against the Central Blue Eagles. Ryan Ragland alongside with Kyle Larson doing the color and doing double duty with the camera. And tonight it's going to be an interesting matchup with the Stars of St. Teresa starting the season with a 6-2 record. And then they faltered just a little bit, only allowing themselves to win 2 of 10 games, going 2-8. And they currently find themselves on a 6-game winning streak as they are in the final game of the regular season before they head into district play, and that will be at Lee Summit on Wednesday. Once again, Kyle Larson joining us. And Kyle, it's going to be kind of interesting to find out exactly how the Blue Eagles are going to work out against the Stars, for the simple fact that they've got a 6'2" Brianna Williams that's going to be pretty dominant inside. You take a look at the lineup for the Stars, and they've got some 5'10s and 5'9s, but I don't think you're going to be able to keep up with a 6'2" gal inside.
Yeah, 6'2", I'd assume the Blue Eagles want to probably play a slow kind of power game and try and get it down low. They're obviously going to have the height advantage, as you mentioned, so just feed the post as much as possible, and I don't really see how Brianna Williams could get too much defensive pressure to keep her from just keep putting up shots all night. I think that's really the way they need to go.
Head coach Sam Johnson for the Central Blue Eagles was the Kansas City East head coach last year, and just had the opportunity to come back to his alma mater here at Central, and pretty much a job he couldn't pass up, as their mainstay for the Blue Eagles is going to be Daniel Randall, who comes in tonight's game averaging 24 points a game, 10 rebounds. As long as you put up the 6'2" Williams inside, that may create a little bit of a problem if you have the outside-inside game going.
Yeah, definitely. At 5'8", she's a bit of an undersized forward, that being Danielle Randall. But when you have the size playing right next to you and Brianna Williams at 6'2", that is definitely going to take some attention away from you, and Randall should be able to capitalize.
Head coach Chan Steven for the Stars comes in, once we said earlier, 14-10. As they are ranked number 2 in their district, allowing themselves a first-round bye, as Lee Summit West is ranked number 1 in their district. St. Teresa's coming in at number 2, Lee Summit at number 3, and they will be hosting Belton. And then the winner of that team will be at Lee Summit, taking on St. Teresa's, as we're awaiting the starting lineups. And pretty much it's going to all the girls on the Blue Eagles roster are going to be playing. Coach Johnson said that's what happens when you have a bunch of girls that leave to get ready to go play track. Or
yeah.
I guess you don't play track.
You run track.
You run track.
Yeah, pretty light roster. Looking over at just 4 on the list, or check that, 8 on the list, and yeah, definitely it has an opportunity for everyone on the bench to get some minutes today.
3 seniors, 4 juniors, and a freshman on the Blue Eagle roster. So good thing for Coach Johnson is that they are going to be a little bit more experienced next year. And take a look at the starting lineup with Brianna Williams, the 6'2" inside gal. She's a junior. You have Danielle Randall, who's a senior starting. Nicole Hines, who's a senior. Her sister, Nicole Hines, the junior at 5'7", and Felicia Allen, a senior. So you have 2 seniors on the starting roster, or check that, 3. So all 3 of your seniors are starting. Have a couple of juniors, so you're going to be able to have a little bit of experience coming back next year. We're going to go ahead and join the announcement of the starting lineups. And there's your starting lineups for both St. Thomas Academy and Kansas City Central. And one thing we failed to mention, speculation is that Maggie Jo Rillahan is going to end up being a first-team all-district player. Kind of says it all in itself as she comes in averaging 17 points a game. Megan Lackford coming in with averaging 14 points, and Becca Lukey averaging 9. So you have pretty much 3 players averaging in double figures. Kind of sets up pretty well when you have a 6-game winning streak getting ready to head into district. That's pretty much what you want to have. So we're going to have the tip-off as it's going to be Williams and Rillahan, and looks like a major mismatch as Rillahan gets her hand on it, quickly goes over to Lackford as she's going to back it out to Lizzie. Looking down inside as Central comes out with the 2-3 zone. Lackford with a baseline jumper, no good. Fight for the rebound. Coming up is Megan Lewis as it's going to go out of bounds back to the Eagles. Pretty much tell already what the Stars plan on doing is getting the ball inside and working that baseline. Now it'll be interesting to find out what they do with Williams. As here's the ball stolen by Lukey. As she's going to kick it back. She started to lose a handle on it just a little bit. 3-point shot taken by Rillahan is good. As this one's going to go out of bounds on Daniel Randall, and it's going to go back to the Stars. So 3-0, 7 minutes to go in the opening period, or quarter, excuse me. Get the ball downside to Rillahan against Williams. She's going to take it strong. Rillahan kind of clubbed her along the left side. As we're going to have a foul, she's going to be going to the line shooting 2. And that may be the one thing they want to try to do is just force the issue down inside and make sure that Williams is going to have a hard time trying to guard her.
Yeah, everything going pretty well so far for St. Teresa's. The one thing you want to do against the zone defense is shoot well to try and get some open shots in the gaps. They did that by making a 3 and then a foul on the big player.
There's a nice feed to Randall, but she couldn't get the layup. Rebound goes to Lackford as she gets up ahead to Lukey. Nice dish on the baseline off the high glass to Lewis and scores. It's a quick 6-0 lead for the Stars. Almost a backcourt. Nice job. There's a nice feed down along the baseline to Lewis. She comes back with back-to-back buckets, 8-0 lead. And Coach Johnson wants a 30-second timeout. And they just got they've got to be a little bit more patient, a little bit more, like the words escaping me, but they have to be a little bit more better down low, because right now all the points are down low outside the 3-point shot taken by Rillahan. It's not hard to figure out what they're going to do.
Yeah, early on we saw them against the zone. They did a pretty good job against the zone. Then they switched man-to-man. And surprised by the dribble abilities of Rillahan, who's a 5'10 forward, but able to drive and dish like a point guard down low.
So an 8-0 lead for the Stars with 6:02 to go in the first quarter. As Ricole Hines will be checking the ball in for the Blue Eagles. As Stars come out with a full court press. And Coach Stevens said he does like to press it. Here's a high floater by Randall, no good. Loose ball. As Llewellyn comes up with it, Lackford with the shot on the baseline. She's going to be fouled. As she'll be going to the line shooting 2. Foul's going to be on Felicia Allen. It's going to be her first. Team foul number 2. She misses that one. One more to come, leading 8-0. 5:45 to go in the first quarter. And she drops that one in for her first point, make it 9-0. Blue Eagles break the press, as this one's going to end up going out of bounds off the hands Now, I believe they changed the number. I think Nicole Hines is now number 30 instead of 10. Lafford gets it over in the corner. Three-point shot taken by Llewellyn. Misses. But the Stars come up with the rebound. She's going to go for the left-handed layup. A stuff. Rejected by Randall. And she had the nice vertical leap, and she didn't just stuff it. She had a hand on the ball as she came down with it and forced the tie-up. So Eagles get the ball in alternating possession. Across the timeline. There's a nice steal by Rillahan, quickly up ahead to Lankford. Trying to get the dish down inside to Llewellyn. But gets it back to Rillahan, and she's going to get bumped by Nicole Hines, as they will be inbounding the ball. As that's going to be Hines' first. Almost getting away from Maggie Harrison. Up top to Tarullo, who just checked in the game. Over to the far side, back to the near side to Gigi Gray. A lot of ball movement. Nice run by Lankford against Williams. An easy layup she should have had. Kissed it high off the glass. Here's a three-point shot taken on the far side by Allen, no good. And we're going to have a foul on the rebound. And that's going to be on Felicia Allen. It's going to be her, or check that. They're going to have that one on Nicole Hines, her first. Stars with the ball, 9-0. Just a little under 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. Rillahan kicks it out in the corner to Lankford, misses the shot. Stars with the rebound. Back to Lankford as she backs it up and resets the offense. Up to the high post to Rillahan. She's going to take it against Williams. And she's going to be fouled on the shot. I thought Williams got a lot of ball on that one, though. She got a lot more ball on that one than she did on the first one. So Brianna Williams, or no, they're going to call that one on Felicia Allen. That kind of surprises me. As Rillahan makes that one. She has 5 points on the night. As she drops both of them. Give her 6 of the 11 points for the Stars. Randall gets it across. She's going to take it by herself for the layup and scores. Kind of lax on the defense there for the Stars. So 3:10 to go, 11-2 lead. Near side of Tarullo. Back in the quarter to Lankford. High post to Rillahan, kicks it out. 3-point shot. Just a little bit off the mark by Harrington. Lankford with the 16-footer and drops that one in. 13-2, 11-point lead for St. Teresa. As Rillahan tips that one out of bounds. Entry pass to Williams. She's going to put up a little jumper. No good. Rebound goes to Harrington. As Coach Stevens wants a timeout. Right now the defense by the Stars have been pretty good outside of that one drive where Danielle Williams, or Randall, excuse me, just takes it by herself and just goes to the glass. And, I mean, that's just a lack of defense and effort.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And showing a lot of respect to Brianna Williams, the big 6'2" forward, got double teamed down there. That's why her shot was off the mark. And the other part of the defense that the Stars are doing well is they're trapping as soon as the ball comes into the half court, which the guards and head coach Sam Johnson have to be aware that they need a safety pass. Maybe have two guards bring the ball up at the same time, and if the trap comes, try and swing it around to the other guard instead of running straight into a trap and then try and throw it further down the court.
Well, you got to remember that each time once you cross that half court, you're in a dangerous area. You either need to get it away from the sideline or make sure you have someone down court to throw it to. St. Teresa's with the ball, 2:08 to go in the first quarter, leading 13-2. Lackford just kind of standing there, not getting any pressure from Nicole Hines. She dribbles near side, gets it high post to Rillahan. Nice block by Williams. Put back. This one goes to Trullo for her first score of the night. As Randall's going to take that one by herself again. She was too far from the lane. And right now, Williams and Randall really have to start talking to each other. They're going to have to be the 1-2 punch.
Mm-hmm. Randall did do a good job, though, of splitting the trap at the half-court mark, though.
Lackford on the near side, almost going out of bounds. Down the corner to Tarullo. Rillahan loses it, gets it over to Lackford. Playing a lot of movement, a lot of back cutting. Very little dribbling. As soon as I say that, Trullo dribbles it 3 times. There comes Lackford, 15-footer, a little bit strong. Fight for the rebound. As Nicole Hines is going to come up with it. She's going to take a long three-pointer, a little bit strong. Rebound goes to Rillahan. Quickly up ahead to Maggie Harrison. She's going to put up the shot, misses it. Gray comes up with it. She kicks it out to Tarullo, no good. Harrington puts it back up and she scores. The 5th star that is scored in the first quarter. There's Hines taking the 18-footer, no good. And they're going to get a foul on Hines over the back. That's going to be her second, team foul number 6. Or check that, that may be 7. No, that is going to be 6. Five seconds on the clock here in the first quarter. As I don't think Trullo realized how much time is on the clock. So at the end of the first quarter, the Stars come out big with a 17-2 lead. As we said, they defensively, the only lax part they had was on that end-to-end layup by Randall. As 5 Stars come up and score in that first half, or that first quarter.
Yeah, head coach Chance Steven of the Stars seems to have a pretty good game plan. The 1-2 punch of the Eagles has been slowed down by some double teams.
Just a little stagnant.
Yeah, the half-court trap is slowing the ball up as it comes across, and a lot of times it's Danielle Randall bringing the ball up. So you have 2 defenders really showing her a lot of respect, and then as soon as the ball gets down low, everybody kind of keying on Brianna Williams down there, the 6'2" forward slash center.
Well, there's kind of like a little bit of a, I want to say, like there's different phases. They hit the half-court phase. Well, they have the full court pressure. They're not really pushing it hard, but they're just enough to create a problem. They get across the half court. They're jumping on the double team in the corner whenever they bring it there. And then when they, as you said, when they try to go low, they're automatically going in for the double team. Now Williams, being the big gal, she probably doesn't really want to, try to do a float or something. She may want to start dribbling, start backing up, getting position, and getting herself closer to the bucket and just taking off the glass.
Yeah, use her size and back down the smaller defenders, exactly.
So starting the second quarter, Stars with the ball. Almost a steal by Latimer. There's a kick out. Rillahan misses a three-point shot. And we're going to have, I think, a 3-second violation. I'm starting to see that called more and more this year. There's a little bit last year, but they've really emphasized that a lot, both here on the Missouri side and the Kansas side. See, right there, they get across the timeline, starting the double team. Kick it out, three-point shot by Allen, no good. Trulio with the rebound, gives it back to Hancock, or Langford, excuse me. Up top to Rillahan, she's going to go for the right-handed layup, puts up the shot. Is no good, but she's fouled. She'll go back to the line. Right now, Mary Jo Rillahan is 3 out of 4 from the free throw line on tonight. And they're going to get Nicole Hines with the foul. And that's going to be her third, so she'll be sitting down for a while. Checking in is going to be Megan Lewis, Lizzie Lewin, and I didn't catch the other one that came in. I think Becca Lukey is also the one that came in. Trying to figure out if someone's coming in or not. So Nicole Hines is going to be staying in the game with 3 fouls with 7:17 to go in the second quarter, as Rillahan misses that one. Tried to feed inside, tipped away. Coming up with it is Llewellyn. Gets a nice feed to Rillahan, but she misses the Izzy Chippy as the Blue Eagles come up with a rebound. Williams pulls up the 14-footer good, Randall. She has only scoring on the night for the Blue Eagles, 18-4, as this one's going to be kicked out of bounds, remaining to the Stars. Had a nice look on that one bucket right there before Randall came up with the score, trying to get a cut somewhere, just a little bit more. That's the most motion we've seen out of the Blue Eagles so far tonight.
Yeah, it started with Randall again.
Kick out in the corner. Down the low post to Rillahan. She's being tormented by Randall. And they're going to get a jump ball. It's going to go back to the Eagles. 6:39 to go in this half. 18-4. Slowly bringing it up court. And now we're going to have a travel. Well, it wouldn't matter. She said she called the travel, but the problem was as soon as her foot went across the front court, she was on her way back over, so it would have been a back court, so it's a moot point.
Turnover either way.
Langford kicks it out. She gets it back. Three-point shot left wing. Just a little off. Hines with the rebound, quickly up to Randall for the score. As Randall has the 6 points, and we have an injured person, and that one's going to be Nicole Hines. Or no, check that. I think it may be both of them. Maybe Nicole Hines and also Tanana Latimer. So 18-6, 6:05, but a nice job by the Eagles getting the ball up court. And they got it there quickly. Nice cut and feed to Lewis as she missed it. Randall comes up with it and almost tried the double team at the half court line. She dishes it off, air ball. She gets it back, puts up the shot, air ball over the bucket. Coming up with it is Llewellyn, quickly up ahead to Lukey. She gets by one. Eagle puts up the shot, no good. Well, Colhines with the rebound. As the Stars have now come up with a 1-2-2 half court. 3-point shot off the glass, no good by Randall. There's a shot off the glass, no good. Loose ball almost off of the baseline, but coming up with it is Randall. She gets it over to Nicole Hines. And there's that double team right at the half court line. And we're going to have a jump ball. And it's like they haven't figured that out yet. They're going to have to do something. They get across the half court. They're going to have two Stars on. They have to get the ball out of there and clear it somehow.
Yeah, I think Coach Johnson had a plan, just wasn't executed there. I think he's trying to run more screens, obviously well away from the three-point arc, right at half court when they come across. They ran it the last couple times, kind of got it across pretty seamlessly, but that time it looked like Randall picked up her dribble, so the screen wasn't very effective, and when she threw it off to a relief pass, the Blue Eagle that got the ball just kind of stood stationary instead of moving the ball herself. So it seems like they have a game plan, just not executing it that time for sure.
Yeah, and they're going to have to do something quick. Down 18-6 with a little under 4 minutes to go in the first half. Has only 6 points being scored by Danielle Randall. And we thought there was going to be more of a presence by Brianna Williams, and she's pretty much hasn't said a whole lot. In fact, she's been sitting down on the bench for a while.
Yeah, the entire second quarter.
Not sure if she's injured or what. She's only playing with one foul, or actually with two. Nicole Hines has 3. And believe it or not, no fouls being called so far on the start. And there's that double team at the half court. They're going to have to get the 5 second as Randall's going to get called for the double dribble as she picked up a dribble at the half court.
Yeah, Randall's a very capable dribbler, and they seem to run into turnover trouble when she picks up the dribble as soon as the double team arises. Either use the speed and split the double team or try and dribble around it. Picking it up is bad news.
4:25 to go in the first half, 18-6. There's a nice cut to the bucket by Gigi Gray and scores the first points for the Stars in the second quarter, 19-6. Not a lot of motion by the Eagles. As Randall tried to drive, spin, move, a little fadeaway, no good. Rebound to St. Teresa's. Up ahead to Lackford. Or check that was to Gray as she got it down to Lackford. As she put up the shot, was fouled. Shot was no good. She'll go to the line shooting 2. Lackford 0 for 1. Or excuse me, 0 for 2. Or 1 for 2. I'll get it straight. As she goes up and hits that one, she has 4 points. And she gets set for the second one. Makes it 22-6. As Eagles lead, 3:38 to go in the first half. There's a 3-point shot taken by Nicole Hines. They're going to count that one as a 2. make it 22-8. There's a nice cut. Kick out to Harrington. Up top to Gray. And then Lackford cuts down the baseline, puts up the shot. And Lackford was just a little bit slow on that. If she had made that cut just a little bit quicker, she'd have had an easy layup. But she's fouled. She'll be going back to the line again.
A lot of good passes, good ball movement from the Stars. A lot of give and go we're seeing early on from St. Teresa's. The last bucket by the Blue Eagles was the first assisted bucket, so not as much ball movement going on for the Blue Eagles.
Lackford misses that one. And she's now 3 out of 5 from the line tonight. Checking in the game is Lachey Williams for the Eagles. As Megan Lackford makes that one, she has 6. 23-8, 3:10 to go in the first half. A little runner by Hines, no good. Lackford kicks it out. She's got men up ahead of her. There's a little floater in the lane taken by Llewellyn, but misses. Randall's going to take this one by herself. You can see that one, and she leaves that one up short. Quickly up ahead to Stars. Trullo with the left-handed layup, a little bit strong, but she's going to be fouled. As this one's going to be on Nicole Hines, and I believe that's going to be her second. That's going to be her third, excuse me. As Trullo will be going up to the line shooting 2. She sinks that one in.
Foul trouble, definitely not what you want if you're head coach Sam Johnson. 8 players on the roster.
Yeah, you don't have the deepest bench to begin with, and right now you're setting 2 or 3 fouls. As Trullo goes up and drops that one. She has 4 points, 25-8. That shot's missed. Fight for the rebound. Still a loose ball. Stars finally come up with it. Way up ahead is Lukey. She has a left-handed layup, but she's going to be fouled. She'll be going to the line shooting 2, but Lukey has just had a lot of easy looks, but they've been a lot of clean looks, but she's been hammered it right as soon as she lets go of it. Or check, that's not Luke. Yeah, that's Lukey. Gets her first bucket. She has her first point.
Yeah, might not have been making the shots, as you mentioned, but just getting it in that low to close to the hoop really puts a lot of pressure on the defense for the Blue Eagles.
Well, it forces them to get back in transition, which they are not doing right now. And one thing you can kind of tell what the Eagles are doing, or the Stars are doing, excuse me, is kind of like, as there's a shot off the side of the backboard, it's going to go back to the Stars. But it's almost like they're sending a scout as soon as the ball's shot, whoever's the furthest away is going back down court so they can get that fast break going quicker. And then retaliation, if that's going to happen, the Eagles are going to need to get someone back to cover that runner. So 1:36 to go, 26-8. There's a layup by Lukey, missed. Reynolds comes up with the rebound. Works off a screen. $1:16 to go. There's a shot taken by Nicole Hines, and it's good. She has 4. 26-10, quickly back to the other side. As we have a loose ball, they're going to get a travel. Coach Johnson's not sure about that, and neither is Ricole Hines. Ricole Hines is telling himself, need to breathe.
Yeah.
Need to breathe. We're not too happy about that. I've already got 3 fouls. I don't need to get another one. Only 54 seconds left in the first half. Ball's picked up in the backcourt. Trullo's going to step inside the three-point line, misses it, but Lukey comes up and takes it away, but she misses the easy one. Trullo comes up, gets the kiss off the glass, and scores. 28-10. 32 seconds left in the first half. As the Stars have now jumped back and looks like, nope, they're going to the man. I thought maybe they were going to go to the 2-3 zone, but they've stopped the pressure. As Gray now steals the ball quickly up ahead. As they get the ball to Harrington, she misses the easy one. Tarullo with the rebound. Back down to Lukey. She goes up strong, takes it off the glass and scores. A 20-point lead, 30-10. With 2 seconds left as Randall's going to step inside the three-point line. She's going to take the shot and scores. She finishes with 8 in the first half. But at the end of the first half, the score is 30-12. Stay tuned. Coming up, we'll be right back with the second half. You're listening to KCTeams.com. Welcome back to St. Teresa High School. We're at the half. The Stars lead by a score of 30-12. As we take a look at the stats in the first half, all scores being led, believe it or not, by Daniel Randall of the Blue Eagles of Central, as she has 8, 4 points for Ricole Hines. That's the 12 points for Central. Taking a look at the scoring for St. Teresa's, 6 points for Lackford, 3 for Lukey, 4 points for Megan Lewis, 6 points for Maggie Jo Rillahan, and all 6 of those came in the first quarter. 6 points for Savannah Trullo in the second quarter, 2 for Harrington and 2 for Gray. The only ones that haven't scored for the Stars is Lizzie Llewellyn. They're going to give her a little bit of stuff if she doesn't get her tail in gear. Okay, now look, everyone scored but you. What's the deal? We need to work this out here.
Yeah, good distribution from the Stars. Unfortunately for the Blue Eagles, just going through 2 players.
So now the Stars come out in a 1-3-1 zone and immediately cause a turnover. The ball's going to go back to St. Teresa's. As Stars come, or the Blue Eagles come out in the 2-3 zone. There's a long shot taken by Lewis, no good. As Randall comes up with it. Over the near side to Hines, down in the corner. Try to get back down to Williams, and she couldn't handle it. As Lackford comes up with it. As Lackford dribbles center court. You like that?
Yeah, she's pretty fiery. Can definitely tell.
What are we having?
Looks like a technical
We
on
have
the
a technical
Stars.
for what?
Yeah.
As Coach Stevens is not sure exactly what was going on, but I have to say this is the first time that I believe I've ever seen a coach that's ahead 30-12 get a technical.
Yeah, that was interesting. It looked like he was trying to signal in a play, and the gesture was misunderstood.
Well, yeah, because he was touching his chin,
yeah.
and Well, I guess in some countries doing that, you know.
Might get you in trouble.
Well, what's that little scrape underneath the chin and that
Yeah.
flick away? That could be caused by something, but both of those free throws were missed by Randall. So a good technical on Coach Steven, as a three-point shot is good.
That one came from Hines, yeah.
As Hines goes ahead and gets cooled down a little bit, she has 7. As we're going to have a foul. The bucket's going to be good.
Who'd have thought the first foul on the Stars would be a technical in the second half?
You can't argue with you on that one. So Brianna Williams comes up, or check that. I'm not sure. They've got 42, and I guess that's Williams. That's her second. I thought she was 41, but she's taking a look at the numbers on the roster, is just a little bit different. The three-point shot was missed, or was good, and then the free throw was missed. Quickly up ahead. Nice pass down on the baseline to Lukey. Her shot is good. As Lukey will be going up the line for an extra one. As that foul is going to be on number 3, that's going to be Nicole Hines. That's going to be her 4th. As the rest, Coach Steven talking to the ref that made the technical call, and I'm never going to forget that. That's going to be one that you're going to kind of chuckle about.
Head scratcher.
Hines with the long shot, no good. Lackford with the rebound. 5:55 to go in the third quarter. Stars up 36-15. Stars starting to extend the defense out a little bit. Back to Lackford on the backdoor cut. She's going to be fouled on the shot. She'll be going to the line. As Lackford makes the first one, she has 7. As that one goes in and out. 5:25 to go in the third quarter, 37-15, another steal. And by herself is going to be Lewin. And she is still scoreless. The only Star that hasn't scored yet. She's our favorite player right now. There's a nice cut to Lackford on the baseline of scores. She has 9. Make it 39-15. .450 to go in the third quarter. There's a long three-pointer by Allen for her first points of the night. Makes it 39-18. So a 9-8 third quarter score. As that's one that Willingham needs to take by herself. If she gets Williams that far out there along the three-point line, she's quick enough to get around her. But driving the lane and scoring is going to be Lewis. Gives her 6 points. 41-18, 4:10 to go in the third quarter. Allen, another long three-pointer. She was feeling it, missed it. As Randall tips that one, and she's going to be called, well, they're going to get a foul before the high dribble. And this one's going to be on Megan Lewis. That's going to be her first. So the coach has as many fouls as the team does in the third quarter. As Williams is going to be sitting down. A little three-man weave on the perimeter. Gets it back to Trulio. A little give and go. Trulio with a missed layup as it goes out of bounds. As a give and go between Trulio and Rillahan. So 41-18, 3:35 to go in the third quarter. As the ball is going to bounce out of bounds, remains to the Eagles. I'm not sure who number 3 is because it's not on the roster. Shot missed quickly up ahead. Trulio is going to take it by herself and left-handed, blocked by Randall, but falls into the hands of Harrington. As Lackford, it's going to end up being a backcourt as Lackford accidentally kicked it off the back of her heel. Pass ended up being just a little low. And this is something that Coach Stephen is not wanting to see just before you head into district play. Randall steps up, 13-footer, no good. Quick up ahead, Rillahan gets it down on the baseline. Jumper is good by Harrington. She has 4. It's 43-18. And I'm not sure what the mercy rule is to start the continuous clock unless it's agreed upon by both teams. Quickly up ahead, there's Harrington with a right-handed layup, leaves it way short. Coming up with the rebound is going to be LaShasha Williams. Randall takes it by herself, throws it up, but she's going to be fouled. She'll go to the line shooting 2. As Randall missed her 2 free throws off Coach Stevens' technical foul. And if that was a case where it was just a misunderstanding getting a play in, might want to change what that sign is.
Yeah, I think so. Because not every game is going to be a game where you have over a 20-plus point lead, and that kind of technical foul might be the difference in a game.
Thanks. Find people here at St. Teresa's offering a hot dog from the concession stand, but kind of hard to do that when you're eating at talking at the same time. And Mom always told me, don't eat with your mouth full.
Yeah.
Can't do that.
Nice gesture.
Always. Rillahan rips that one away, gets handle on it, and there's a nice little break down the lane. Easy layup for Trulio. She has 8. Now, you could probably have one if you could do the camera and eat at the same time. Do you have that ability?
I don't know. It takes a couple hands on this camera. Maybe not.
Randall drives the lane, puts up the shot, and good. Randall has 10. She's almost halfway there to her game average. As we're going to have a travel call, it's going to be a turnover. So 1:41 to go in the third quarter. I'm not sure what we're doing now. We have a technical?
It looks like it's got to be another one. I'm not exactly sure.
But this one, I didn't see who the technical was on.
It might be words from the bench from
Coach
Central High, but I'm not exactly.
Yeah, Coach Johnson may not be too happy. But the travel was called. I'm not sure if it was called on. I would have thought it was called on the Stars.
Yeah, it was on the Stars for sure. It was on Savannah earlier, number 23.
Lackford makes both of those, so she has 11. Now see, Lizzie needs to get up and shoot those free throws. She's still on the snide. Send her up there, let her get her points in.
Yeah, the easy way.
I mean, come on. Rillahan three-pointer, left wing, no good. Randall with the rebound. As she's pushing up court, I think she needs to continue that if she's going to do that. Three-point shot, no good. Rillahan with the rebound. She's got the numbers 4 on 2. Nice dish to the left side to Gray. Shot missed, knocked out of bounds. Randall just needs to keep taking that. She had a little bit of a lane where she could go ahead and push the issue, because she's obviously the most talented player on the Eagle lineup. Rillahan three-point shot, near corner, no good. Lackford with the rebound, puts up a shot, but she's fouled. And she'll be going up to the line again. And that one's going to be on Williams. That's going to be her, or excuse me, that's going to be on Randall. That's going to be her fourth. As Lackford misses that one. Lackford makes the second one. 48-20, a 28-point lead. I think the continuous clock starts at 30, and they're going to get and that's going to be the 5th foul on Randall, as they're going to get her. Oh, that's not smart at all. It's going to be another technical, as she knew she was out, and she's not doing herself very well. As Coach Johnson really needs to get her calmed down and get her to sit down and out of here before she really causes a problem. And he's telling her to get out. As what happened was they got across the half court, and it's the only thing that's been going on the whole game is that the Stars double teaming right at the half court, and Danielle Randall, just frustrated with it, got the elbow up just a little bit higher, and they're going to call that every time.
Yeah, she tried to pivot straight through the double team. The defenders had their feet set, so if you're going through them, it's a charge foul. It's got to be on the offense, and she just didn't like the way it was called. Yeah, especially with their elbow up as high as it was, just an easy call.
Well, then on top of that, I'm not sure if you saw it on the video, and she took the ball. She had a pretty good distance ricochet off the wall. I'll give her that much. Lackford up top, near side to Trulio, up top to Rillahan. 40 seconds left in the third quarter. A 30-point lead, 50-20. Now Gray over to Trulio on the far side, down the corner to Lackford. Yeah, she's going to dribble up top, set up for a last shot in the third quarter. .12 seconds on the clock, back to Lackford. Gets it down on the high post to Rillahan. That was just a forced shot. That was not a good shot at all. It's going to be knocked out of bounds, remaining to the Stars with 5.5 seconds left. So it's going to be a turnover, or not a turnover, but going back to the Eagles with 3 seconds left. Allen with the long three-pointer, no good. So at the end of the third quarter, it's 50-20 as we head into the fourth quarter. And I do believe we may be going to the continuous clock now. Off the 30-point spread, we'll have to see what happens. Ryan Ragland with Kyle Larson with you here on KCTeams.com. as we head into the third quarter, 50-20. Taking a look at some of the scores, the big scorer in that quarter was Megan Lackford. As trying to count it up, she had one field goal. As she was 6 for 8 from the free throw line. So give her 10 points. Let's check that. Now we'll give her 8 points for the quarter, as there were still 5 Stars that scored that quarter. As Stars will inbound the ball. Get the ball down inside. Nice feed to Lewis, but she misses the turnaround jumper. Rebound goes to the Stars. Taking down the skip pass to Hines, back up top to Allen. Left-handed drive to Allen, just kind of throws it up there. And they're going to get a foul. Not sure who number 10 is, because 10 on here is Nicole Hines, and Nicole Hines is wearing 30.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we don't have the junior varsity roster for the Central Blue Eagles, and I'm sure a couple of the players over there, they had 9 players on the bench, which they only had 8 on the roster total. So
yeah, they were going to have to bring a few out to field the rest of the team. As taking a seat is going to be Lizzie. As that free throw was made by Melissa Lee. Her first points of the night. And she gets set for the second one, puts it up there, rolls off. .6:15 to go in the game. A 31-point lead. Trying to get the ball in the high post, taken away by the Stars. Gives it over to Lee. She's going to go hard, and they're going to get her for the travel, as we do have the continuous clock. It was 51-30. Across the timeline is Allen being met up. And we're going to have a shot. It's going to be good. As Allen's going to be credited with the bucket. She has 5. Now the clock has stopped. I thought we were going continuous clock. I guess not.
Back within 30, 29 points, looks like.
I thought once it started, that's the way it was, but they change it? Okay. So that free throw is missed. .5:18 to go in the game, 51-22. Up top is Lukey as they're extending their offense as Stars come out in the man-to-man. Nice three-point shot by Lukey. She has 9. 54-22. It's now a 32-point game. There's a shot taken, no good. Rebound goes to the Stars. And there's a steal by Allen. As she's going to dribble it back. 4 minutes to go in the game. Allen dishes it off to Williams on the high post, kicks it out. Three-point shot is partially blocked. Williams ripping away from Lee. And they're going to get a foul. As this one's going to be on Lee. It's going to be her first. As a couple more Stars check in the game. Entry pass to Williams, turnaround jumper, a little off. Rebound goes to Lewis. We're on the far side to Gray. Looks like Stars just trying to get a quality possession as that one goes to Paige Lackford, the younger Lackford, as she steps out of bounds. As older sister Megan gets a nice round of applause as she will finish the night with 14 points. As the Stars will advance their record to 15-10. And their next game will be Wednesday night at Lee Summit, and they will take on the winner between Lee Summit and, had they written down, Belton. Knew there was a B in there someplace. As this pass gets thrown out of bounds, clock continues to run at 2:25. Coming out now is Megan Lewis. She gets a hand. As Lewis finishes with 6 points on the night. .205 to go in the game, a 54-22 lead. Gray has it near side. Along the side to Harrington as she dribbles out of the top of the key. Up in the high post to Lee. Swing pass around to Gray on the far side. As Bullington's going to try to drive it, and she lost the handle on it, knocked out of bounds. 1:35 to go on the clock. As the ball's being brought up slowly by Hines. Over to the far side, a drive on the lane, no good. As it's going to go out of bounds back to the Stars. Clock continues to run, 1:10 to go. One minute to go in the game. As Hines steals the entry pass down to Lee. And that should be a backcourt right there, and they didn't call it. But who's going to get too technical with a 32-point lead? As we're going to have a foul. And this one's going to be on Grace Bullington. With 30 seconds left and the clock still running. So the Stars going to advance their record to 15-10. Kansas City Central will fall to 7-12. And the next game for the Stars will be Wednesday night at Lee Summit, as they will take on the winner between Lee Summit and Belton in the district play. Shot missed, rebound goes to Blue Eagles. As Lee intercepts that one, and that's going to be the end of the game with the Stars winning by a score of 54-22. So the Stars have a 7-game winning streak, and pretty much what you want to have when you're getting ready for district play.
Yeah, as you mentioned early on, they had a pretty good start to the season, then hit a lull, and yeah, 7 in a row heading into districts is exactly where you want to be. Just couldn't say it any better.
So I want to say big thanks to everyone joining us here on KCTeams.com. Thanks to everyone here at St. Teresa's, Athletic Director Mark Hughes with all his assistants. And a big thanks to Kyle Larson working the camera and helping out with the color. Ryan Ragland saying thanks for joining us. Remember, the next game for St. Teresa's will be Wednesday night as they will take on the winner between Lee Summit and Belton.